Hey everyone, Miacidae here, welcome back to Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. So last time we left off on Thassera, I think that's how you pronounce it, and it's kind of more or less a medieval world, and we were kind of going about some of the festivities that were happening, and more or less some really weird stuff was happening. We were uncovering some of the happenings with Solomorne, who was here because they hadn't sent a full tithe. And while we were investigating, things weren't adding up more or less. During the festivities, we used this barcode thing to put a barcode on people, which I guess was also put on Solomorne at some point, and the Governor, and then these lace raxes, which we had also encountered on Janus, devoured everyone with the barcode. So now the old Governor is dead. They tried to take out Solomorne, but despite the fact that they also tried to take me out in that fight, I guess they didn't want me dead. And that's kind of where we're at with this whole feudal world thing. So we're supposed to look into them, and more or less into the Jester now, I believe. And we're supposed to talk to Maive now, I believe is how this is supposed to go. Yeah, and she's supposed to take us to the castle. So, with that being said, let's go to the castle and see kind of what happens. This is a whole new area of Thassera, which is a lot bigger of a area than I thought it would be. So I'm wondering if this is indicative of what all these golden world planets are going to be like. Because if you remember, right, the lettering on this planet was gold in comparison to all the other worlds. So, we'll see. Please, Maive breaks off as Solomorne walks by, brushing past her with his shoulder before examining the elevator with a fault-finding eye. Not daring to speak again, the young woman makes a gesture of invitation and steps onto the platform herself. No sooner have you stepped onto the elevator than a short metallic clang comes from somewhere above you. Oh, they have to run on that elevator to make it go up because they're a medieval world. Nothing here works right. I do like these, whatever this mineral is, it looks really cool. Well, that's one hell of a symbol. And there's, I guess he's called Bluff now. But, the Maive kind of hinted at the fact that that used to be her brother. And his name was Dane. I hope you enjoyed my bloodthirsty menagerie. You instantly recognize the spiteful voice and cocky smirk of the fool's mask. The arm was mauled by the cybermastiff at the first meeting hangs limply. He's not even bothered to bandage it. There is a gunshot wound in his shoulder, surrounded by the singed threads. His garish outfit is soaked with blood. Why hasn't he bandaged or done anything about the wounds to him? Still acting the buffoon? Some people never learn. Solomorne gestures behind his back to the cybermastiff, sending him off on a circuit along the wall. A pulsing light draws your attention. Against the far wall, an old man stands behind an ominous-looking altar. A heavily augmented man stares in wonder at the flashes of blue light snaking through the veins of Thasserium in the floor and walls. The crystals in his eye sockets gleam and go dark with time with the flashes. There's something that's going to happen with these. At once you recognize him as the sculptor who offered to carve your visage out of Thasserium. The old man does not seem to notice you. His attention is focused on this strange altar. Uh-oh. Nearby, Lucra, the fortress commander, keeps a sullen vigil. His hand never leaves the handle of his weapon. Perhaps you could explain what this is all about? Now, why so tense? I simply grew tired of you forever wandering about with your retinue. Never a chance for a quiet word face to face. And yet, I see your fearsome guardian has managed to find his way here as well. The fool sneers as he nods towards the Arbiter. And do pardon the less than gentle reception. The rain-worn mechanisms never fail to disappoint, creaking one moment, failing the next. Bodyguards for a private conversation, isn't that a bit much? Times are troubled, as you know. I want everything to go according to plan. So the governor's dead, was that your doing? Don't be ridiculous. I couldn't swallow a man whole even if I wanted to. He throws his arms up in an exaggerated fashion. The lace racks fool. You unleashed it on the governor. Don't try to deny it. It seems humor is not a part of the vocabulary of the Emperor's servants, but truth should be. You see, the governor was a fraud, a fake, not worth crying over. The true governor of Thassera stands before you, esteemed guest. Yeah, I kind of figured that one out. Dane, come on, don't say things like that. It's not right, it's... Shut up, you idiot. You can't even do as you're told. The fool tosses a look of utter contempt at Maive. What was it that Maive should have done, Bluff? Bring you here to the altar of change and not ask questions. So simple, but she couldn't even manage that. And I, according to your plan, was supposed to die. Solomorne raises his palm of his hands that holds an invisible mark of the data brand. Exactly, I don't need you, but don't worry, I planned for this as well. Thavrisk, are you ready? Bluff smirks, clearly enjoying his imaginary power. Or is it real? Solomorne turns away from the fool and makes a series of furtive hand signals telling you to stall while the cyber mastiff gets in position. Oh, that is one hell of a thing. Oh, is that what the... Oh... I wonder if Thavrisk can change people. He's a biomancer. We already figured that out. And if the governor can change bodies because of the biomancer and all of that statue stuff, does he want to take my body? Preparations are complete, my lord. Barely able to take his eyes off the dark altar, the sculptor hobbles towards the edge of the balcony. Thassera is not your homeworld, is that right? I see you've already found me out. That's right, I was born and raised on Ibex, the greatest world of all the Imperium. And I'll never forget the mix of plasteel and ferricite, the glitter of proud spires, and the eternal humiliation of my appointment. Why were you sent to Thassera? To serve the Imperium faithfully and honestly. Why else? Our all-knowing administratum benefits if the feudal throne is occupied by someone with an intelligence level higher than a Grox. A golden shove for all my diligent service on Ibex. I packed my bags, came here to govern this backwater. What a joke. So if you're the real governor, why bother masquerading as a fool? It's simple. Who else would ever take the four pitiful jesters seriously? Who would even spare him a glance beneath this fool's cap? My hands were free, and I could devote myself entirely to preparing for our grand finale and conceal the tracks of my little mischief. I found a replacement, Roldo, who wanted to play at power, and I graciously let him. Shame he didn't rule for long. His jeering laughter carries no hint of pity. And all for this one day, this exact moment. The elation of his voice sounds almost maniacal. The Arbiter gives you a subtle nod. The Cybermastiff is close enough for a decisive lunge. Your scribe Gregorius Fault left some intriguing notes behind. In them, he appears to have described the switching of bodies. Is that part of your plan? You're perceptive, aren't you? My previous experiments were failures. You met some of them, actually, including Fault himself. Remember the crazy mutant by the Phasphorus? His brains turned out to be a bit of a complication. But do not fret, this time it will work. I mean, he already seemed to do it once, so the mocking laughter emits from behind the mask, making the fool's body shake all over. I suppose the irregularities with Tithe were part of your plan to get me here? Oh yes, one small part of the grand design, to be precise. For the first bait you had to take, which you did with commendable zeal. The concept was simple: disrupt the shipment and provoke a response, an ingenious trap that arbitrators walked right into, but fate granted me a special boon. You were caught in my net along with them. You didn't trap anyone, you shot yourself in the foot. Only an idiot would think they could outmatch a rogue trader and a proctor together. So what about this altar of change? Thing looks horrible. He gestures towards the object in front of the sculptor, a great artifact which Tavrisk carved from the planet's unique gift, Thasserium. Take a good look at it while you still can. Well, that doesn't explain much, but... You know, we're supposed to have a code word, and I don't get to say either code word, but Governor, fool, or perhaps you're just a madman, Bluff. Do I have to be any one thing? He ignores the Arbiter, fixes his gaze on Maive, more specifically the necklace on her chest. A lovely piece, isn't it? You see Solomorne's hand signal out of the corner of your eye. Glado leaps, but does not reach the fool. The Psyker moves at the same time. A flash of light and everything goes dark. Oh no. You are surrounded by the smell of rust. So he somehow got us in the cage with that. I'm guessing that was between the relic and the biomancer. The darkness reluctantly retreats. The pain comes first, throbbing in your head, then the metallic taste on your mouth, and finally, you feel the hard floor, chafing your stinging cheek. So where's everyone else? Maive's necklace is more than just a pretty bauble, I take it. Much more, you see, with the right knowledge, the right tools, and some complex rituals, people can transform a simple, dirty blue pebble from the depths of Thassera into something truly special. However, it's a bit late for you to do anything with that information. Let's look around real quick. You see Bluff through the doors of the cage. The mocking smile on his sinister mask seems to grow even broader. Or is it a trick of the light? Maive, white as a sheet, with a dark abrasion on her face, weeps quietly as she stands stock still beside the fool. There are markings on the floor at your feet, a crooked circle bordered by unholy symbols. Bluff is standing in the center of the identical circle. You hear a quiet, measured scraping sound, old man's muttering coming from the depths of the hall. A few words you manage to catch sound nothing like Gothic. Rogue trader, can you hear me? I just also noticed there's some kind of pit right here, but we probably didn't notice that before we got put in the cage. You turn to the voice. Solomorne is trapped in one of the side cells. Apart from the bleeding bruise on his forehead, he appears unharmed. Solomorne, you okay? I'm fine. He looks away for a moment, then back at you. Under Bluff's unwavering gaze, he cannot communicate any more clearly. Awareness succeeded. You look where Solomorne indicated. Glado lies motionless in the middle of the room. Judging by the flickering lumens on his implants, the dog is alive. We need to buy time. How dare you attack me? I'm the rogue trader. Enough chit-chat. Tavrisk, begin. Wheezing raspily, the old man with Thasserium eyes spews a torrent of unholy words from his toothless mouth. In response, markings beneath your cage seem to inhale and then begin glowing with a light. Maive's gaze leaps from you to Bluff with alarm. Tear-ridden eyes widen as she realizes what's happening. Dane, stop! Her slight form crashes into the fool, pushing him out of the center of the circle. Oh, did she just interrupt it? No, she's the target now, because she's in that circle. The world explodes into shards, suffusing with a blinding light that burns out your eye sockets, incinerating the air in your lungs, and makes your heart judder in your chest. And finally, darkness descends, impenetrable and absolute, encompassing everything. It cradles you, dissolving everything that once was you, everything that once was. You are bobbing like a boat that tossed upon waves. Your colors and sounds meld into a cacophony, stirring up nausea in this exhausted body. You blink and the patches of color fall into place. Or do they? Across from you, in the cage, you see a frightened, disoriented face, an expression you have never seen in the mirror. At your feet lies a gaudy mask that has fallen from the fool's face. Covering his wrinkled visage with both hands, the ugly, enraged governor of Thassera rises hastily on trembling legs. Oh. Well, he's unmasked now, staring daggers at you. Roldo shrieks, "Seize her! Seize Maive!" The guard takes a heavy step in your direction. The look on his face promises nothing pleasant. "Solomorne, if you're gonna do something, do it now." A sweet, melodious voice rings out, not yours. "Leto, attack!" Your head swims, and through the haze, you recognize the figure of a guard coming closer and closer with no signs of stopping. Your gaze sweeps over the room, searching for a way out, a solution, until somewhere in the periphery of your vision you notice a streak of scarlet. It is the cybermastiff's visor lighting up, giving you a chance to run. Find out what's going on, 'cause I'm Maive. Well, I went down the tunnel. Oh, that looks great. Your mind is a loose shard, cast out into nothing, screaming in the voices of thousands of lives. Are they your lives, or do they belong to another? The blood cracks branch out, biting into every scrape of disjointed thought, ravaging, hungering to shatter what little of your own self remains. A cry gurgles in the depths, a plea to make the torrent stop and let you dissolve into unconsciousness. But something has sunk its claws into you, keeping you in place, fusing you back together piece by piece. Methodically and tortuously, it continues to skewer the shreds of your identity into a thread of existence in an attempt to outpace the all-consuming void. Your memories of the last several minutes are incoherent and painful. The flash of sorcery, the leap into the unknown, Solomorne shouting something. He gave Gladio an order, but what was it? Any attempt you make to process what happened only pulls you deeper into unconsciousness. You are wrenched suddenly out of oblivion by a blunt, merciless bite. You try to breathe and hear your own ragged wheeze. Sight gradually returns to you, and an angry horse head emerges from the mist. You are back. You are alive. You are alive. Push the horse away. Well, strength test failed. We were never great at that, and I'm assuming we're worse now that we're Maive. I don't know what our stats are. You try to shove the head away from you, but your hand veers off. Your palm feels nothing because the skin on them is just some unwieldy meat cover forcibly pulled onto your frame. Your fingers curl up of their own accord. Focus your gaze. Slowly, your eyes begin to put together what a sordid image. Everything around you is brown and disgusting. Hay, wood, blood, dirt. Horse. Is that what they're feeding the horse? Is essentially from the sewers? The trapdoor you jump down has led you to a stable. A stable is a place for peasants, not sovereigns, but somehow your body remembers the sense of poverty. Your consciousness expands heavily, like sick lungs. You remember a large basket, bundles of food clutched in your hands, and grateful smiles of the hungry. Feel your body. Your hand finds something in your chest, something so cold it burns your fingers. For a moment you think this is the real you, the shard of your will lost in flow. It turns out to be nothing more than a Thasserium necklace. You look at it, the crystal stares back at you with its blue eye. The fool's wrinkled face suddenly emerges from the reflection, and his gloating voice seems to hang in the edge of your awareness. This body remembers pain and electrified air, something bad. So what happens if we shout? Your shout is as thin as a dead cry and unbearably shrill. Still, it is strong enough to make the creature stop trying to bite you and back off. Memories that are not your own tear into your mind, replacing thoughts. It occurs to you that someone else used to scare all the monsters away, a big brother, so funny and always smiling. With some effort, you manage to force his gentle face out of your mind. So what happens? Let's try the agility here. Everything seems to be a 50-50. Succeeded. Your muscles cramp in bitter agony. You could swear you heal the gnashing of bones and the wailing of stretched tendons. The reward for your suffering is a clumsy turn to one side. Then your strength leaves you once more. Rise to our feet. You sway as if from sickness, all your limbs feeling impossibly fragile. Scrawny legs, frail arms. These do not belong to you. This is a costume, and it is not yours. It does not fit your status. It is the wrong size, and it carries grease traces of its former owner inside. You are overcome with the urge to tear it off your flesh and throw it away like a worn glove. Willpower failed. You dig your unfamiliar nails into the skin, trying to scrape off someone else's face off yourself. The pain in your cheeks has a sobering effect. You see blood on your fingernails. This may not be your body, but it can still prove useful to you. That would... Oh, I can't even imagine, like... Yeah, you're forcefully thrown into someone else's body and it doesn't feel right. And it feels like a glove. Try to get that glove off and suddenly you just feel pain. Yikes. To complete the picture, you have no choice but to look into a nearby water trough at your reflection. You see familiar features. Some unnatural force has dragged you out of your body into that of Maive, Raldo's lady-in-waiting. Now that you have spent some time in the stable, you feel a little more accustomed to your new limbs, but where is your own mortal shell? So find my body. Rummage through the scraps. A mountain of vegetable waste rises up ahead, next to which stands a rusty pitchfork. Your attention is drawn to something pale pink, half buried under the waste, looking suspiciously like a limb. Investigate the waste. You pull a strange object from the pile. What emerges is a human forearm. Crudely severed at the elbow, the horse behind you sniffs and cranes its neck. Take the arm. You pick up what used to be someone's arm. The horse looks at the dead fingers greedily. Pick up the pitchfork. Maybe we can use the pitchfork. This could be a decent weapon if not for one problem. You lack the strength to pull it free from the earth. The horse behind you snorts and shifts about. Hi, horsey. The creature that dragged you from unconsciousness turns out to be a muddy brown horse. From the darkness, the beast follows you with its large black eyes. It looks hungry and frightened. So, examine the horse. The horse snorts and shows you its large teeth. It's unclear what this horse usually feeds on, but right now it happily munch on your fingers. What happens if we look at the stable? The horse must have smashed through the stall to reach you. You immediately note that the empty trough and fetid pile of vegetable tops under your feet. For the moment, the approach to rotting waste is blocked by an iron fence. The horse whinnies restlessly as it casts an eye towards the barrier. We'll toss the corpse part over the stable door, and then maybe the horse runs through it. The animal's nostrils flare in agitation. It pauses for a second, watching the arm's trajectory, and then trots off after the treat with a rumble. Yeah, that's a good horsey. Snorting frantically, the horse hurtles towards the stable door and smashes right through it. Stable hand. The sight of the stable hand and standing in the doorway portends nothing good for you. The man's face is savage, glinting at his hand as a meat cleaver. You let the horse loose, you little wench. I'll skin you alive. Call for help. You take a deep breath and scream as loud as you can. Your voice rings pitifully. This cry may be your last. You see a new reflection in the blade of the cleaver. There is no way out, at least. This foray into the life of the Thasserian peasantry has been a short one. An abrupt metallic clang ring rattles in the stable. Something very heavy is coming your way at a terrifying speed. Glado's there. Good boy, Glado. The cleaver, raised for a strike, falls from the man's hand as he screams, assailed by a whirlwind of fangs, fur, and metal. Having emerged from the gloom, a cyber mastiff does not give the stable hand even a single chance. After ripping out a part of his spine, the beast spits out the corpse and looks up at you. Good boy, Glado. You notice a dent in one of the cyber mastiff's implants. He has taken a beating. It is hard to say whether he has received this injury at the time of your capture or during his escape from the castle. Glado stares at you for a while, then barks and turns to scan the area. He is clearly waiting for orders. We get Glado during this, at least. Logic test succeeded. Glado's a cyber mastiff only listens to Arbitrator's master. The fact that Glado is here means that Solomorne ordered him to follow you through the trap door. Arbiter must have adjusted Glado's priorities to have him guard you. Good boy. Oh, we are hurt to all hell. Perplexed, disturbed, staggered, psychosomatic trauma. We have all things going on right now. A lot of cutthroats right here. Cutthroats, I have a doggy. The local inhabitants coming down the slope look hostile in the extreme. The vilest of them is missing an eye, but he makes sure to keep his remaining one fixed on you. Hey, Poppet, where'd you get the dress? You know, my bride-to-be would love to wear a dress like that on our wedding day. Would you lend it to her? The one-eyed bandit glances at your dirty yet expensive clothes. Something tells you these people would gladly peel the dress off you, right along with your skin. Listen here, grok shit. Us from the underbelly have ways to repay those who go after our own. In the same coin, got it? The bandit exchange looks. One of them lets out a whistle. The leader looks caught off guard. So you're one of us then. Alright, I hear you. Just stay off our turf from now on, yeah? The bandits let you pass, having seemed lost all interest in you. That was a simple out. I was expecting a fight. What's this? The wheel is similar to the ones used to raise the enormous elevator on the central square. This one, however, has rusted through with age. Hey, Glado, there's something up here. Where are they? My eyes, my precious eyes, they melted. Oh, Glado can do something with that, it looks like. Drop your powdered face, you stupid girl. What if that fell on someone's head? Well, it lets me get across. I don't care. We spent a whole day hooking that thing up. Now we've got to do it all over again. Get out of here before you break anything else. I plan on it. I plan on it. Gaunt servants. Maive's coming. Maybe she pinch a few lordly leftovers for us again. My hands are going numb. Maybe today I'll get a quarter ration at least. Ha, right. So I can go out that way, it looks like, and that's where I'm supposed to go. So it looks like Maive has been, like, stealing things for people. Oh, I just noticed. Like, her portrait looks really gaunt right now. Does not look good. In the least. So there's the elevator up, but I don't think we're getting out. So that must have been the poor quarter. Hey, knights. Useless swine. They can't even deliver a cartload of belongings without breaking something, so I need to go around again. More knights and rabble. That leaves 11 glasses, 5 bowls, and 3 boxes. Will they fit? No, probably not. Open the gate. What's that knocking, Maive? Is that you? Hold on, I'll get it. The doggo's gonna scare him. Here, come on in. Why, thank you. Make sure to lock up so nothing bad happens. Balding commoner. I knew something was going to happen here. Several commoners are talking in a loud whisper, taking no notice of you. A balding man with a bowl cut is gesturing energetically, his back turned towards you. Never thought a thing like that would happen in my time. A new celestial lord paid us a visit. They say he descended from the sky on a great bird of iron, then stepped out in its belly clad in gold armor. Anyone who saw him were blinded by the splendor. That's his anointed for you. Rubbish, I heard that tale before. Only an idiot would believe it. He's a noble man, just like any other. A more important one. Treats everyone like dirt and pushes people around worse than any of our own nobles do. But that's the way it is, isn't it? The God Emperor's will that their place be at the top of ours is in the dust. And that's how the world works. Next thing you know, the Celestial Lord will make this whole place his own. I mean, that's what your governor would have. The pot-bellied man rubs a finger under his nose, cleaning the patch of his grimy face. Oh, I wish it was like you said, but something tells me bad things are coming now that he's here. I heard the new Celestial Lord. Wait, look, that's Maive over there. She served the Celestial Lord himself. She can tell us all about it. Hey, Maive. You want me to tell you a thing or two about the Celestial Lord? Yeah, I can tell you a thing or two. And people's eyes light up with curiosity about your words. They hurriedly gather around you, ready to hear something extraordinary. I was told the Celestial Lord accepted the key to Thassera from the court's fool's hand himself. He didn't shun the fool. He didn't beat him. So gracious. That's how it happened, right? Oh, the persuasion's so low. Yeah, that's true. The commoner who asked the question cast a triumphant eye over the others. The Celestial Lord's a monster. You didn't listen to me, but I'll prove it, and Maive will confirm it. You hear about the mutant disaster? They started looking for the culprits, but the Celestial Lord just had the executioner thrown into the furnace for his amusement. I wanted to do that. Am I right? No. No, you've got it wrong. The executioner, the commander... Not the executioner, the commander. Tell us, Maive, did the Celestial Lord really execute someone? Yeah, I technically I did execute the executioner. I just didn't throw him into the fire. Maive's persuasion is 8. So that's why this is so low. Yeah, I did execute someone. The trio fall silent for a while, each lost in thought. Maive, you got closer to him than anyone else here. How did he treat you? Yeah, Maive, tell us, what's it like to be around one of the God Emperor's anointed? If it'd been me there, I know I wouldn't have said a word in his presence. You never know what to expect from someone of such rank. For all you know, you say the wrong thing and he has your tongue ripped out, roasted and served to you on a plate. What's that look for? It happened before, I wouldn't lie. He was kind. They mumble something and their disbelief is clear on their faces. Just a quick glance, just to walk on the same ground he stepped on. If we had rulers like that, we could all breathe more freely. Why couldn't they make mercy their new custom instead of wearing those suit-on faces? Oh, have you heard about Gramley's new wife? Potbelly's servant has the other two his attention now. They lean closer, losing interest in the previous topic. You can no longer hear a word they're saying. It would appear the trio has forgotten about you completely. Well, I mean, that's fine. It's like I can't go that way. I need to go up to where, like, the dining area was. It's raining again. I hate it. Why do we always have to work in the rain? Oh, speaking of, that's where the Infernus thing is. Oh, do I need to go this way? Your vox in your companion's hands is speaking in your own voice. There is no need for concern. The proctor and I are in the middle of examining the documents. Together with the governor, I will be back as soon as we are done here. There is a loud click indicating that the other side has cut the connection. Oh, I feel uneasy. Even if the Lord Captain did report that everything is fine, something about his voice wasn't quite right. Then again, the proctor is here too. God Emperor, grant me the patience to endure this idle wait. Argenta makes a sign of the Aquila and slips into what looks like a quiet prayer. Activating standby mode. Pascal emits a quiet hum as he begins his binaric prayer. As soon as you approach, everyone's attention shifts towards you. For now, the reaction feels closer to pent-up irritation than outright hostility. At last, I found you. I need your help. They take no notice of you at first, but after a moment, one by one, they turn your gazes to you. Silence falls over the street. My dear, were you not the one assigned to watch over the rogue trader? Cassia frowns, covering her mouth with her hand. These colors, it's as if they've been copied from the one I usually see around the rogue captain. Thank you, Cassia. Thank you. Look, I have Solomorne's mastiff with me. Would he order his dog to guard some Thracian shit? This statement is potentially true. Cybermastiff protocols are difficult to breach and override, much less. Pascal casts a gloomy look at his surroundings in a primitive culture like this. If anything could have caused Solomorne to be parted from his faithful dog, it would be a threat to the Lord Captain. Abelard, present me to my revenue. Abelard stuttles. That tone. The Essential looks you over from the head to toe in amazement, but you can tell that he is still unsure. I am Miacidae von Valancius, heir to Theodora von Valancius, who perished in the course of Conrad Voigtger's treachery. What else must I dredge up from my past to make you believe me? Abelard scowls. You could have memorized a few facts from the Lord Captain's biography. Are we playing guessing games now? Fine. I've fallen victim to profane sorcery and I need my body back. Your retinue hesitates. They exchange some puzzled glances while others frown and look at you intently as if hoping to see obvious signs of sorcery. We need to get upstairs. Just trust me on this. You'll find the rogue trader at the top. Tell the shuttle pilot to take us there. He won't listen to me. The suggestion to stop puzzling over your identity and start acting may have had an effect. At least no one is arguing with you anymore. And they just burst through. And there's the signs of sorcery. When the dust clears, you see that familiar hall from the shadows. The jester eyes spark with malice as they meet yours. Behind him stands the cage in which you, or rather your body, is sitting. Your face is awash with tears, your lips split, and a vox cast lies next to you. In another cage to the side stands Solomorne, glaring through the bars at the true governor of Thassera. Upon seeing you and Glado, the proctor straightens up. It seems he was just waiting for your return. Without taking his intent gaze off you, he gives a slow nod. He is ready to fight. But how did you? The elevator. Why did you have to make all this commotion? Why couldn't you just sit in the cage, out of the way, and wait for the ritual to be completed? Tavrisk, move! The Psyker's cracked skin seems ready to crumble to dust, but his Thasserium eyes burn with an otherworldly fire. The ritual is nearly complete, my lord, and the altar of change is ready to irrevocably switch the threads of fate. You have stolen something from me. I have come to reclaim it. Lovely weather, is it not? Rudol casts a furtive glance out the window and lets out a hesitant giggle. Decided to show a little decorum, my celestial guest. It's a little late for that. The metal of the cage emits a pious creak as Solomorne slams his entire weight against the bars. Go, Solomorne. How are we gonna get my body back? Solomorne, how are we gonna get my body back there, dude? Did I get my body back when it broke? You struggle to open your eyes after the world has once again taken shape. You realize that you are staring at your own palms. Okay, good. I was kind of concerned about that after he broke it. You move a hand, each muscle responds gratefully, filling with warmth. The others watch you with a mixture of hope and dismay. Maive, the real Maive, looks at you through watering eyes. Myself, again, it was so... She lacks the strength for anything more. Her body collapses to the ground. Items lost. Combat algorithms. Oh, that's fine. Surrender and confess everything, Governor, and perhaps then I will convince Solomorne to kill you swiftly. I don't know, Rogue Trader. My finger might twitch and Glada might think it's an order to spill his guts. Rudol's loud cackling reverberates around the hall, creating thousands of echoes. Sculptor, you may begin. Are you sure about that? My lord's destinies are already set in stone. As long as I live... Well... Oh, he got the statues to come to life. That's an interesting biomancy. Oh, they're all going to him here, so let's take a look at this. He also has something called Cruel Fate. Two-handed solid projectile sniper rifle. This weapon gains 75% over penetration when the wielder scores a critical hit. They regain 1 AP. Thank you. That's going to be mine, isn't it? Active abilities at gunpoint. The last creature that dealt damage to Bluff The Stone Sentinels or Tavrisk becomes Bluff's priority target. Okay. Ritual Focus. Once Bluff is killed, the Stone Sentinels are destroyed. Oh. Is that it? So I don't need to take out the Stone Sentinels, I need to take out Bluff? That's it? Link in the chain. While he's alive, Bluff gains 1 stack of Bonds of Servitude for each Sentinel. Bonds of Servitude, here we go. Each stack, Bluff gains minus 25% damage suffered. So right now he doesn't take damage. Plus a 25% damage dealt and 1 movement point. So I do need to take out at least 1 statue. Cassia, you can go there. Abelard, get in combat with the statue there, please, bud. Argenta, we're going to go right here. And that should be fine. Alright, Cassia. We want the front line right here so that this statue takes more damage. We're also going to kill zone that.
This a job for the serfs.
Voice of command, Heir of Authority, Argenta.
I am a navigator, not a servitor.
Bring it down, Argenta. If you would be so kind. Furious Recital. Concentrated Fire. 8 times 22. Oh, wait. Can't forget the crit button. Can't forget the crit button. Now, if you would be so kind. 100% chance to hit. Well, Bluff was doing something. Blood Red Sickle of the Moon. Will you grant me 1 last boon? Shadow whispered, fair and true, death is coming for you. Then, let's do rear for the cover efficiency on her. Oh, that was the wrong one, but nonetheless, we can do cover efficiency right there.
If you insist, Lord Captain. Emperor, deliver us.
Glado dodged. Good boy. We're gonna run right here, so we can kick for the versatility. Hey, there's a corrupted noble again. But anyway, kick. Take out Stone Sentinel. Wildfire. I was gonna say, can you burst to these guys? Revel in Slaughter. Run and gun.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Then go here so you can hit this noble and get even more versatility.
Escape the Emperor's judgment.
And let's do steady superiority for the extra hit.
Manifest.
And shoot this down line to get the superiority and burst. Pascal. Corrupted Guard right there. You know, we can hit both of these Stone Sentinels pretty easily. That way Solomorne can just focus on all this. Otherwise, what I could actually do is probably take out all the jobbers with the bird. So Blinding Strike takes out those 3. Obstruct Vision. On the Stone Sentinel. Oh, I was kind of hoping we'd go at the Corrupted Noble there, but that's fine. We're gonna strafe. Through these two. I'm gonna area attack right here, hitting these three. I get an extra shot because that was refunded. So I'm gonna area attack right here, hitting these three. Oh, plasma explosion took out Pascal almost. And then that'll be that. Main character Bounty Hunter, we're gonna go at Tavrisk. Mark him as prey.
Beckons.
Analyzing him.
I will triumph.
Call the bolt for extra damage. Piercing shot for breaking through whatever armor he may have, an extra guaranteed critical hit. We are going to surefire plan.
Guides me.
And single shot him.
Ruin. Accept my offering.
Then, surefire plan, claim bounty.
Is beneath me. Purpose guides me.
Well, that only hit for 12. Either way. He's gonna go down soon, so I'm not too worried about that one. Solomorne. Have Glato. Unavailable, why? Oh, something on Glato. Immobilized. Oh, we can't even bite the Stone Sentinel then, huh? Unfortunate. That puts a damper on my plan. But if I go here... Can these guys bleed? Non-organic, I don't think they can bleed. Okay, so... if I went here, I can hit all three of these guys. So we're going to concentrated fire. And I'm still going to Grizzly Education them, because we can make the guy at the end there bleed.
Done.
Run actually gets rid of immobilize, so let's do that. I should have done that from the beginning. Bite one of the Stone Sentinels. Apprehend it.
Glato, we're undertaking this task.
Burn these two.
The lens is inescapable.
And then we're good on Solomorne.
Stay vigilant.
Might be losing Pascal here. Abelard. Defensive stance. get in combat with Stone Sentinel. Yes, hi bear. I know, we just got you food, but I'll pet you. Thrall of Rockcrete.
Victory is imminent.
Bulwark.
It will be done.
Endure. Hit the Corrupted Guard.
An exemplary strike.
Parry. Stab. Oh, you missed Abelard, probably the biggest target there. Voice command on Pascal. And then we'll give him next return. Actually, wait, first we're gonna move front line to right here.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered
And kill zone that. Just so we do more damage in this area.
Is this a job for the serfs?
Then bring it down.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
Blinding strike right there. That's for the statue. Strafe, let's get rid of the guy by him.
Abide in the host of blessed creations of the Othercide.
Statue down. I think he takes more damage. And we're just going to shoot the buffoon.
Probability analysis successful.
And then we can analyze him.
Request approved.
Pretty close to bleeding out. And then Cassia. We're good. So what I'm curious about is if I take the buffoon out, the court fool, does this fight end?
Rejoice in battle!
Cause like one shot, one crit takes him out. Statue goes away. But we still got Taverick and stuff up there. Can do my second shot over here. But then we also have Firearm Mastery, so we might as well use this and take out what we can, because based on this, we're probably going to get another shot, so let's take out the Commoner Guard by Abelard.
I will not! Strike is a
My
prayer.
ears are ringing.
Take out these three.
Emperor's judgment. Doubt is for the weak. Defeated.
Just because they're the farthest ones away from any shot.
I'll do it.
And then only Taverick. Well, actually, I think we have a shot at. No, we don't. But we can do Revel and Slaughter.
Commands, I act.
Pascal, my man, you good? I mean, you got some health left, so I mean... Birdie, go. And then we can do Obstruct Vision at him.
Setting target parameters.
Actually, hit the bird again, wow. And then Taverick's down. Oh, what happened to Maive? In the ensuing silence, a gurgling snicker becomes clearly audible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I see our guest is too alive. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Start the gutting. Start the fun. The ugly shambles that is Rudolph's face starts dissolving into a semblance of a smile. Cease your inane mutterings. You may open your mouth when you are asked a question, and your answers better be honest and to the point, or I swear by the Lux, I will make You speak, or rather, what remains of you after I finish preparing you for an interrogation. Yeah, this guy's kinda insane. So are there any other victims of the ritual that survived? No, and I didn't count the dead. The ritual is a complex one to perform. It took Tavrisk and me a long time to calibrate it, and you were the one it worked on, so think of all the possibilities that opened up. Using the Altar of Change, I could have worked my way up to Lord of Terra. I mean, yeah, if he went from Governor to Rogue Trader, if he played his cards right, he could have. What are you talking about? The very suggestion. The Proctor's voice resounds with fury. His steely fingers dig into Glado's collar. You sick degenerate. As my father used to say, if you come a long way, keep going. I'm a dead man as it is, so I might as well dream a little. Be silent, heretic, or you'll find yourself washing away your blasphemies with tears of blood until the pain makes you beg for the Emperor for death. Thasserium. What are the properties? This wretched little world held nothing worthy of attention save for Thasserium. When I started having dreams about it and about changing bodies, I thought I was going insane. I shared this with my sculptor, the now late Thavrisk. He helps me to understand the essence of the mineral. Experiments and studies followed, mostly carried out by Thavrisk. I don't have his gift, but oh, the things that I could do if I were a sorcerer. In the end, he realized that Thasserium was a potent psi-focus. Okay. After 1,000 cursed attempts and combinations of powers, energies, and sacrificial victims, he managed to create the finest sculpture from it, the Altar of Change. A magnificent artifact, a door to eternity, no more limitations imposed by our mortal bodies, no more ailments, no more injuries. If your flesh is worn, just swap it out for new flesh. Don't like your lot in life? Choose from 1,000 others. No longer just a dream, but its most perfect realization, immortality in stone. So what was the whole masquerade with the fake governor? A governor attracts too much attention. I wanted my hands to stay untied, so I offered my court fool a fair bargain. He would become me, ruling the planet, living the good life, getting whatever he wanted, while I could be out there flying towards the stars. We traded faces, we traded clothes, lives. And I had gotten the local nobles into the habit of sewing other people's mugs on their heads. The switch went unnoticed. But the switch was only the first part of the deal. Naturally, I didn't want to mention the second part. Removal of witnesses. If someone is going to turn against you the moment there's a knife at his beloved sister's throat, you can't afford to keep him alive. Rudol casts a hateful glance at Maive's direction. That's why he kind of wanted Maive gone, but I still don't understand what the necklace did. So, about your plan, what's the goal? The plan was simple and elegant. Thassera starts underpaying its tithe, arbiters swallow the bait, send their messengers here. That's when I spring my trap. Change into the body of an arbiter or a proctor who lands here, pack up the altar, board the arbiter's ship, wave goodbye to this ball of dirt swinging in the void. Rogue Trader would have been even better, but greed has a way of spoiling a good game of regicide. But of course, the game involved one key piece, the embodiment of freedom of choice, my magnificent altar. So much accumulated potential in forms of experimentation. It's damaged, but it still beckons, waiting to be used. He looks at you with eye of caustic smile. I advise you to keep it safe. Who knows how many thousands of lives it will claim if something happens to it, unleashing all that power. Oh, even if it's damaged, it's still gonna do that? I've learned all I need. Solomorne, you do you. Since you're done, Roldo, you have committed unthinkable heresy, and I refuse to acknowledge you as a human being or read your verdict as befitting of a criminal. You are a stain on Thassera's history, and it's time to wipe you from it. Although he executes the governor quickly, you see a fleeting expression of absolute disgust, perhaps even hatred, pass over the proctor's face. Maive opens her eyes immediately and jumps to her feet at the sight of the bloodied corpse. She clenches her hands on her chest and her eyes well up. I'm sorry, Maive, but that's not your brother. The young woman nods meekly, and a single tear runs down her cheek. Her voice is hollow when she speaks. You're right. He's the one who doomed him. So she already kind of acknowledged that the governor was... The person in the governor's body was her brother. Good. Found anything, Solomorne? Yes, the data slate with the shipment chronicle that they spent so much time vainly searching for. According to the records, the tithe period is once a Terran decade, so once every 10 years, and the quota prescribed is 1,000 cargo units. The governor withheld 100 units from each of the 5 most recent shipments, so essentially, they withheld an entire tithe. That means this world has no actual difficulty regularly supplying its tribute. We can consider the matter settled. So, yeah, they essentially withheld an entire tithe. They just need to send a new tithe. Deciding what to do with the Thassarium is far more important. It is a resource we cannot afford to ignore. He looks at you straight in the eye. I propose destroying all Thassarium that is already mined, as well as its deposits. The probability that the material itself is a source of corruption is too high. It would take years of research by the Adeptus Astra Telepathica to prove it safe for souls of the Sanctioned. Years that the Koronus does not have, even if the local Adepta had funds to spare. Allowing an abomination like this to exist is against the Lex. As for assessing the degree of the Therasa's corruption and deciding its fates, the law prescribes leaving this judgment of the world's owners, and that is the Administratum. Dare I remind you, Lord Captain, that no one besides you has any knowledge of the mineral's properties. If it is left here, no one will find out. What a crafty way to paint me as a mindless henchman. Let me also remind you that I directly report to the Marshal, and my reports are thorough. I hate to part of me hates to destroy, like, all of that, just because one person used it for a horrible thing. Because, like, this seems to be the only place to get the mineral. So yeah, and it doesn't mean it can't be useful. We must study it thoroughly before deciding whether to destroy it or include it in the tithe, because it could be really, really helpful. And this is the only place whether we know how to get it. And if it's a psi amplifier, it could help a lot of the people. It could have other properties that we don't know about. It has a lot of uses, possibly. And if we destroy all deposits, it could destroy the planet. He grinds his teeth, but obediently declares, your orders are clear, Rogue Trader. Icon class plus 15. Maive looks up at you pleadingly. My celestial lord, what am I to do now? Solomorne, dude, you were an accomplice to the heretics, and you have been touched by Sorcerer's Blight. In your possession, I would beg for a swift execution. There is no hatred in his words, only total conviction about their truth. So, we can probably appoint her as governor. We can have her become a servitor, which no. We can tell her, you decide your fate, or we can have Solomorne execute her, but what can you do? I can brew recaf, I can do sweet with a foam of cream, or a strong special spices. I can dance, sing, carry scrolls and data slates. That's not governor material. I'm sorry. That's not governor material. Well, you're coming with me then. Thank you, my celestial lord. I need servants. Solomorne. You're going to trust a heretic with brewing your recaf? Then you ought to take a dozen local commoners along as well to taste anything that the criminal has handled. Then, Thassera's fate is decided. There is no point in staying here any longer. That I do agree with. The heretic mentioned that destroying the altar would risk deaths among the local population. Whether he was lying or trying to manipulate us is irrelevant. The abomination must be destroyed. As for any casualties, the Emperor will know his own. Yikes, but I agree. As you approach the damaged altar, you feel an unpleasant weakness. You hear a faint ringing in your ears, as if the smooth surface of stone is groaning from the wounds it has suffered. I wonder if taking a shard from it would build that sword. But I really want the iconoclast points, and that might also... Stop. Oh. He did mention that it would have all of these potentially, based on what he said, which I don't know if it's true or not, are going to have side effects on the place. Because he mentioned that if it goes without doing anything for long enough, would have a side effect, I think. So just taking the shard and letting it, the heretical one, would have a side effect. Bearing it would also have the same side effect. But destroying it would have a bigger side effect, I think, but probably be better in the long run. But I need the iconoclast points for something that I wanted. Because the rank 5 iconoclast, if I remember right, had a really good ability for Argenta. So, and also, putting that aside, destroying the palace probably would leave huge implications on the planet. And if we leave it here, someone will know that something happened here and go investigating this artifact in particular, which also would be a bad thing. So the iconoclast would go best, I think. So let's fill it with tons of ferrite and hide it as best we can, burying the altar. That way it won't hurt anyone else. Strange ringing stops, leaving behind an unpleasant echo in your ears. Your head must still be suffering from the effects of moving between bodies. You are interrupted by an anxious voice from the Vox. Lord Captain, do you read? The shuttle pilot reported a rescue operations. Enforcers are on their way. What is your status? Are you alive? Come in. I have had a very difficult day, Vigdis. Get me off this blasted hole. Copy, Lord Captain. A moment of ringing silence, and then 1,000 shards pierce your mind. A familiar voice coils around your thoughts, drowning them out. Are you leaving without even conversing with me, child? Without even asking yourself how a vivid soul managed to remain intact after wandering in the darkness's embrace and donning another's guise? Such rare luck for a mortal. Oh. Someone's here in my head. In the icy silence, you are struck with a series of incredible, lifelike recollections. You are not alone, and you never were. It was always there, in your shadow, in your blood, inside you. Yes, Miacidae, this luck is named the Edge of Daybreak. Had it not been for my sleepless gaze, your mind would have been long since joined in the mournful host of those who are no more. It is I who kept it whole and unharmed, for I could not allow such a radiant destiny to fall to some absurdity, but at times I do wonder, is it worthy of my protection? Oh, this is the thing that, yeah, that would have been a shard of the sword. I don't need protection, demon. People are stronger than you think. Naivety is a bold luxury. Is it not time to face the truth, child? The threads of fate will not obey your desire alone, but I can help you grasp them. Once you are ready, thankfully, I am generous. I give my chosen children time to understand. After all, human souls are so fragile. You feel a sharp pain and a trickle of blood runs down your temple. And their time is so fleeting. The echo of the eternity's voice lingers for a while, like the sound of a distant thunder. That would be creepy. Oh, hey, we leveled up. Lore warp.
I did it.
The shards of the monstrous structure emit a barely perceptible ringing sound, or was it the whispers of the otherworldly voices telling of change? So, let's get the loot here before we leave, because there was a sniper rifle in here, at least that I wanted. A Biomancer's Staff, power level 6, that might be good for someone. Heavy Maul, that looks like a skull, that's kind of cool. Hardened Shield, I think we can get rid of these, along with the Feudal Swords. Oh, I don't get the full sniper rifle, or is it more over here? Yeah, he's right here now. Okay, they just moved his corpse on me. So I really wanted Cruel Fate. Because it... Oh, it does the same damage, but it has more overpenetration. The things I see that are different are it has less max ammo, so that's going to be a thing. But the overpenetration, it has less of a chance to hit because it has less dodge reduction. And has less of the additional hit chance. And it's a solid projectile rather than a last sniper rifle. So the I have a solid projectile perk and the last perk. So solid projectiles have a higher, lower damage or something like that, I think it is. So the lower damage on the Cruel Fate would be actually higher, so it's similar to the Silence of Shail. But then I lose the last sniper rifle's additional hit chances, so like that's why my hit chance with Silence of Shail is so amazing. So they kind of even out, other than the fact that Silence of Shail's hit rate is way through the roof. But then I gain Cruel Fate's 75% over penetration, in addition to the fact that solid projectiles already have extra over penetration. So if I wanted to hit something behind a target already, I would probably want to use Cruel Fate. Or just get through armor. And if the wearer scores a critical hit, they gain +1 AP, which I don't have many attacks right now. So, I mean, there's reasons for using Cruel Fate. And there's reasons for using Silence of Shail, because I'm not sure... Oh yeah, it says at the bottom there, solid projectile weapons have an increased 50% over penetration. So I'm not sure over penetration can go to over 100%, but it at least has 100% over penetration for at least the first shot. But then the second shot, would have even more of a aided effect, would be higher as well. So that's like a second sniper rifle for me, or like a... if something is unique situation type deal. Oh, there's goods over here too. Not that anything here has been useful so far, but, you know, we can keep taking things. Wait, Tauda the Scorched and Corrupted Guard are here? Why is it showing me their corpses there? That's kind of odd.
Intriguing.
Oh, hidden goods. Okay. Just cargo, but nonetheless. Anything else I should be grabbing? Some cool looking stuff right there. But it says there's stuff right here and there isn't, which is kind of weird. So that being said, we're done with Thassera, which is kind of interesting. Very interesting planet that had a lot more to it than I thought it would. So I'm going to be taking skill advanced skill awareness there. Actually, no. I'm going to take that next level and probably take hunting surge unless, because there's a very specific quirk once again that I like, and I'm wondering if I need to do carry weapon proficiency to unlock it, and this would open up more possibilities for me as well for like sniper rifles, which are kind of good. And then in my next level, which is a common one, I'll take advanced skill awareness. Abelard here. I'm going to take advanced athletics, because I don't think there's anything else I really want on him. I guess I could get advanced or taunting defense so he gets extra parry, and then next time get the advanced athletics, because that's a common. Really not sure what to get Argenta here. Maybe broad expertise so she gets 6 ballistic skill. The weapon skill doesn't matter to me as much. Or maybe close combat or close quarters training, just in case she's forced into a situation where she has to shoot at something that's right next to her. That might be a good thing to grab her. And then we have ballistic skill maxed out, we have agility maxed out. So let's get perception then. That way her dodge against her is lowered. Alright. Now that that's settled.
Uncover my path.
So now just go back to the administratum. Is there anything... I thought there was one other quest I might have to do while out and about, but it looks like I just have to go back to the bridge. So that's where we'll continue off on next time. Go to do the bridge stuff, then go back to Darganas and see if there's anything else I have to do. And just continue from there, I suppose. So kind of looking forward to doing more of those like gold lettered worlds. Not really sure what else to call them, but they're kind of fun, and we'll continue from there. So that'll be it from this time. Like, comment, subscribe, all that YouTube jazz, and otherwise, as always, wish you all well. I will see you next time, and please have a good one.